What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Vermont Scale Customs. How's it going? I finally fixed the shocks on this thing and took it out in the backyard in the rock garden. Started messing around with it. And it's been since I was in Illinois since I ran this thing. And it's been broken, I think, for probably equally as long, probably about 6 months. Basically, the axles are wide enough that it really has the shocks kind of mounted really off camber to how much play the ball joints will allow. So they keep losing bushings, and then also too with them being splayed out so far, I think it just causes like a bunch of stress. Sorry about the motorcycle driving by the house there. Hopefully that doesn't, the background noise doesn't ruin my audio here too much, but that's, I guess, the way it goes. I don't want to stop a voiceover just because somebody drove by on a motorcycle. Anyway, this thing, zips around still. I like it. It's still performing, pretty much exactly the same way it always has. That being said, no, it's actually really good. And it's better than I kind of thought that it was going to be too, because I really hadn't, I don't think I've run it like this at all out in Vermont. This rig really got a lot of attention paid to it when I was in Illinois, just trying to get it set up and everything. A lot of things happened at that point in time, like the hard park axle release and stuff. So these axles hadn't even run in Vermont yet until this afternoon at about 3 o'clock when I finally pulled this thing out. So I was trying to do some stuff to see if it would pull anything, and I can get you into some situations, and I was trying to see if I could get out of this one. And so I don't know. But yeah, let me know if you like these voiceovers or not. I know that I haven't really been saying much at all. I do kind of every once in a while, but let me know what your thoughts are. I can kind of talk through some of this stuff and sort of, entertain you as well as, what you guys are watching. But yeah, a lot of these were lines that I've done now with a whole bunch of crawlers, but this one seems to kind of handle everything its own way, I guess. It doesn't have the world's greatest amount of flex, which is fine. I think at 3 wheels great, and it's really well balanced because it does have hard parks, weight hangers all the way around, as well as like brass knuckles up front. And it can get itself into positions pretty easily without too much hassle, which is kind of cool. There's more of that coming up, which I guess if there were things to talk about as this thing was running, it's that now I'm finally in a place where I can sort of kind of get into some, hang gang stuff. A little late to the party, but nevertheless, it seems to, be able to kind of get up and over some stuff and, kind of finagle some lines that I wasn't normally able to do with anything else. Of course, I haven't tried this with the carrier bearing rig yet either, but this thing is just so much heavier than that rig is, so I'm not exactly sure how well that thing will do anyway. It did fall off there, by the way. And so this one is actually kind of cool. I tried this a couple times here, and so that's kind of overhung right where the back wheel is, right at that point, and you'll see it like in another clip. So you can get up on this thing and it sort of hang the left front and rear, and then get over to the other side of it. And I wasn't really prepared to what to do next, and so it went right over. But then I came up the bottom side of that and figured out that I can get to it this way too and go the other way. So yeah, I even put titanium putty in the axle hollow points there, as you can see, like all the places that have been hollowed out. That's also weighted down too. I can't remember if I did that much up front with that or not. I think that was to counteract how much the brass knuckles added. So here you get a better view at that little side thing. Sorry about clearing my throat there. I don't even know what angle that is at. It's got to be somewhere 60, 70 degrees, I think, something like that. That's pretty steep coming down too. And so yeah, the idea is to come down here. It'd be kind of nice to have a rig with dig, a little micro with dig on it, but I just don't have the money to build an MOA right now. If I go with this twice, this is my new, yeah, I like this spot. This is kind of cool. Everything I have seems to do this pretty well, actually. But nothing does that spot like that does right now. This is also kind of interesting. Listen to me. This is also kind of interesting. Now, this is underhung a little bit, and then it's got like a, I don't know, a bit of a crux at the top, and then the whole idea is that I scoot over to the spot that's kind of like just past the right tire. So that way I can make it up. And I tried this once before filming this, and it probably went a little smoother than this one, but still goes up. Little miniature V-gap. The yard kind of has everything in it, which I'm pretty psyched about. It's got a little taste of it all for these things. So I think what I'm going to do is take some of the crawler. I brought some of the rocks that I brought from Vermont out to Illinois. I brought those back. Yeah, crazy and stupid as that sounds. And what I think I might do is like fill those in some spots and make some like micro crawler lines on this. Kind of adapt it a little bit, because this is set up really for, well, it's not set up for anything. It's just a pile of boulders. But the Bully 2 seems to handle everything really well, and I want to make some stuff that's a little bit more inclined for the little guys. Oh, so this probably gets a little monotonous here, but I end up scrubbing the wall for a few seconds, trying to heat the tires up. But it gets up here, and I thought for sure it's just going to walk right over that knob, and it doesn't. And so I spend like the next, I don't know, 20 seconds or so scrubbing back and forth without trying to like really get on the throttle, because it would have just flipped right over backwards. But I just wanted to see if I couldn't get that tread warmed up a little bit, hoping that it would just head right over. And it does at some point here soon, but so it found a line, and there it is. All right. So this is kind of one of my new favorite lines on this, actually. This is kind of, it's not tough, but it's definitely set up weird. And if you get it right, then it does it pretty much every time. So I've tried this now with, I think, like 2 or 3 of the micros. And it's just fun to walk right up that little gap right there. And then this is the only one that I've tried to hang a right off the top of this and come down to the next rock, which is a pretty good bid. And I think it's doable. I just got to get better wheel placement coming into it, because I'm a little far left right now, looking down the rock if you're sitting on the top of it. Because then I get a little belly hung and I can't get off of it. Now this is coming up that rock, going the opposite way. This is a new line that I discovered the other day that I could do, but I couldn't get it done with anything. This is the first one that's really been able to do much with it. Goes up and over easy. But coming up on the end here, got about 20 seconds left or so. Thanks for sticking around this long if you have. Again, let me know in the comments if you want me to start doing more voiceovers again. I don't really have all the professional setup. This is just me and my headphones and the iPhone, and let me know what you think. See you later, bye. Broke it.